Live from the Apocalypse, Enoch the Ethiopian, Part 2, Chapter 51. And in those days shall the earth also give back that which has been entrusted to it, and she will also give back that which it has received, and hell shall give back that which it owes. And in those days the elect shall arise, and he shall choose the righteous and holy from among them. For the day has drawn nigh, and they shall be saved. And the elect one shall in those days sit on my throne, and his mouth shall pour forth all the secrets of wisdom and counsel. And the Lord of spirits, for the Lord of spirits hath given them to him, and hath glorified him. And in those days shall the mountains leap like rams, and the hills also shall skip like lambs, satisfied with milk. And the faces of all the angels in heaven shall be lighted up with joy. And the earth shall rejoice, and the righteous shall dwell upon it, and the elect shall walk upon thereon. And after those days, in that place where I had seen all the visions of that which is hidden, for I had been carried off in a whirlwind, and they had borne me towards the west. There mine eyes saw all the secret things of heaven that shall be, a mountain of iron, and a mountain of copper, and a mountain of silver, and a mountain of gold, and a mountain of soft metal, and a mountain of lead. And I asked the angel who went with me, saying, What things are these which I have seen in secret? And he said unto me, All these things which thou hast seen shall serve the dominion of his appointed, that he may be potent and mighty on the earth. And the angel of peace answered, saying unto me, Wait a little, and there shall be revealed unto thee all the secret things which surround the Lord of spirits. And these mountains which thine eyes have seen, the mountain of iron, and the mountain of copper, and the mountain of silver, and the mountain of gold, and the mountain of soft metal, and the mountain of lead, all these shall be in the presence of the elect as wax before the fire, and like the water which streams down from above upon these mountains, and they shall become powerless before his feet. And it shall come to pass in those days that none shall be saved, either by gold or by silver, and none be able to escape. And there shall be no iron for war, nor shall one clothe oneself with a breastplate. Bronze shall be of no service, and tin shall be of no service, and shall not be esteemed, and lead shall not be desired, and all these things shall be denied and destroyed from the surface of the earth, when the elect one shall appear before the face of the Lord of spirits. There mine eyes saw a deep valley with open mouths, and all who dwell on the earth and sea and islands shall bring to him gifts and presents and tokens of homage, but that deep valley shall not become full. And their hands commit lawless deeds, and the sinners devour all whom they lawlessly oppress. Yet the sinners shall be destroyed before the face of the Lord of spirits, and they shall be banished from off the face of his earth, and they shall perish forever and ever. For I saw all the angels of punishment abiding there, and preparing all the instruments of Satan. And I asked the angel of peace who went with me, For whom are they preparing these instruments? And he said unto me, They prepare these for the kings and the mighty of this earth, that they may thereby be destroyed. And after this the righteous and elect one shall cause the house of his congregation to appear. Henceforth they shall be no more hindered in the name of the Lord of spirits. And these mountains shall not stand as the earth before his righteousness, but the hills shall be as a fountain of water, and the righteous shall have rest from the oppression of sinners. And I looked and turned to another part of the earth, and saw there a deep valley with burning fire. And they brought the kings and the mighty, and began to cast them into the deep valley. And there mine eyes saw how they made these their instruments, iron chains of immeasurable weight. And I asked the angel of peace who went with me, saying, For whom are these chains being prepared? And he said unto me, These are being prepared for the hosts of Azazel, so that they may take them and cast them into the abyss of complete condemnation. And they shall cover their jaws with rough stones, as the Lord of spirits commanded. And Michael and Gabriel and Raphael and Phanuel shall take hold of them on the great day, and cast them on that day into the burning furnace, that the Lord of spirits may take vengeance on them for their unrighteousness in becoming subject to Satan and leading astray those who dwell on the earth. And in those days shall punishment come from the Lord of spirits, and he will open all the chambers of waters which are above the heavens, and of the fountains which are beneath the earth, and all the waters shall be joined, and the waters that which is above the heaven is the masculine, the water which is beneath the earth is the feminine. And they shall destroy all who dwell on the earth, and those who dwell under the ends of the earth. And when they have recognized their unrighteousness, which they have wrought on the earth, then by these shall they perish. And after that the head of days repented and said, In vain have I destroyed all who dwell on the earth. And he swore by his great name, Henceforth I will not do so to all who dwell on the earth. And I will set a sign in the heaven, and it shall be a pledge of good faith between me and them forever, so long as heaven is above earth. And this is in accordance with my command, when I have desired to take hold of them by the hand of the angels on the day of tribulation and pain. Because of this I will cause my chastisement and my wrath to abide upon them, saith God, the Lord of spirits. Ye mighty kings who dwell on the earth, ye shall have to behold mine elect one, how he sits on the throne of glory and judges Azazel and all his associates and all his hosts in the name of the Lord of spirits. And I saw there the hosts of the angels of punishment going, and they held scourges and chains of iron and bronze. And I asked the angel of peace who went with them, saying, To whom are these who hold the scourges going? And he said unto me, To their elect and beloved ones, that they may be cast in the chasm of the abyss of the valley. And then that valley shall be filled with their elect and beloved, and the days of their lives shall be at an end, and the days of their leading astray shall not thenceforth be reckoned. In those days the angels shall return and hurl themselves to the east upon the Parthians and Medes. They shall stir up the kings, so that the spirit of unrest shall come upon them, and they shall rouse them from their thrones, that they may break forth as lions from their lairs, and as hungry wolves among their flocks. And they shall go up and tread under the foot the land of his elect ones. And the land of his elect ones shall be before them a threshing floor and a highway. But the city of my righteousness shall be a hindrance to their horses. And they shall begin to fight among themselves, and their right hand shall be strong against themselves. And a man shall not know his brother, nor his son his father or his mother, till there be no number of corpses through their slaughter, and their punishment be not in vain. In those days Sheol shall open its jaws, and they shall be swallowed up therein. And their destruction shall be at an end. Sheol shall devour the sinners in the presence of the elect. And it came to pass after this that I saw another host of wagons, and men riding thereon, and coming on the winds from the east, from the west to the south. And the noise of their wagons was heard. And when this turmoil took place, the holy ones from heaven remarked it. And the pillars of the earth were removed from their place, and the sound thereof was heard from the one end of heaven to the other in one day, and they shall all fall down and worship the Lord of spirits. And this is the end of the second parable. And I began to speak the third parable concerning the righteous and elect. Blessed are ye, ye righteous and elect, for glorious shall be your lot. And the righteous shall be in the light of the sun, and the elect in the light of eternal life. The days of their life shall be unending, and the days of the holy without number. And they shall seek the light, and find righteousness with the Lord of spirits. There shall be peace to the righteousness in the name of the eternal Lord. Now after this it shall be said to the holy in heaven, they should seek out the secrets of righteousness, the heritage of faith. For it has become bright as the sun upon earth, and the darkness is past. And there shall be a light that never endeth, and to a limit number of days they shall not come. For the darkness shall first have destroyed, and the light established before the Lord of spirits, and the light of uprightness established forever before the Lord of spirits. In those days mine eyes saw the secrets of lightnings and of lights, and the judgments they execute, their judgment, and they lighten for a blessing or a curse, as the Lord of spirits willeth. There I saw the secrets of the thunder. Now when it resounds above in the heaven, the sound thereof is heard. And he caused me to see the judgments executed on the earth, whether they be for well-being and blessing, or for a curse, according to the word of the Lord of spirits. And after that, all the secrets of the lights and lightnings were shown to me, and they lighten for blessing and for satisfying. A fragment of the book of Noah, chapter 60. In the year 500, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month in the life of Enoch, in that parable, I saw a mighty quaking made the heaven of heavens to quake, and the most of the Most High and the angels, 1,000 thousands, and 10,000 times 10,000, were disquieted with a great disquiet. And the head of days sat on the throne of his glory, and the angels and the righteous stood around him. And a great trembling seized me. Fear took hold of me, and my loins gave way, and dissolved were my reins, and I fell upon my face. And Michael sent another angel from among the holy ones, and he raised me up. When he raised me up, my spirit returned, for I had not been able to endure the look of his host, and the commotion, the quaking of the heaven. Michael said unto me, Why art thou disquieted with such a vision? Till this day lasted the day of his mercy, and he hath been merciful and long-suffering towards those who dwell on the earth. And when the day and the power and the punishment and the judgment come, which the Lord of spirits hath prepared for those who worship not the righteous law, and for those who deny the righteous judgment, for those who take his name in vain, that day is prepared. For the elect is covenant, but for the sinners is inquisition, when the punishment of the Lord of spirits shall rest upon them. It shall rest in order that the punishment of the Lord of spirits may not come in vain, and it shall slay the children of their mothers and the children of their fathers. Afterwards the judgment shall take place according to his mercy and his patience. And on that day were two monsters parted, a female monster named Leviathan, to dwell in the abysses of the ocean, over the fountains of the waters. But the male is named Behemoth, who occupied with his breast a waste wilderness named Duodain, on the east of the garden where the elect and righteous dwell. When my grandfather was taken up, the seventh from Adam, the first man whom the Lord of spirits created. And I besought the other angel that he should show me the might of those monsters, how they were parted on one day, and cast the one into the abyss of the sea, and the other onto the dry land of the wilderness. And he said to me, Thou, son of man, herein thou dost seek to know what is hidden. The other angel who went with me and showed me what was hidden told me what is first and last in the heaven in the height, and beneath the earth in the depth, and at the ends of the heaven, and on the foundation of the heaven, and the chambers of the winds, and how the winds are divided, and how they are weighed, how the portals of the winds are reckoned, and each according to the power of the wind, and the power of the lights of the moon, and according to the power that is fitting, and the divisions of the stars, according to their names, and how all their divisions are divided, and the thunders according to the places where they fall, and all the divisions that are made among the lightnings, that it may lighten, and their hosts that may at once obey. For the thunder has places of rest are assigned to it, while it is waiting for its peal, and the thunder and lightning are inseparable, And although not one and undivided, they both go together through the Spirit and separate not. For when the lightning lightens, the thunder utters its voice, and the Spirit enforces a pause during the peal, and divides equally between them. For the treasury of their peals is like the sand, and each one of them, as it peals, is held in with a bridle, and turned back by the power of the Spirit, and pushed forward according to the many quarters of the earth. And the spirit of the sea is masculine and strong, and according to the might of his strength he draws it back with a rein, and in like manner it is driven forward and disperses amid all the mountains of the earth. And the spirit of the hoarfrost is his own angel, and the spirit of the hail is a good angel, and the spirit of the snow has forsaken his chambers on account of his strength. There is a special spirit therein, that which ascends from it is like smoke, and its name is frost. And the spirit of the mist is not united with them in their chambers, but it has a special chamber, for its course is glorious, both in light and in darkness, and in winter and in summer, and in its chamber as an angel. And the spirit of dew has its dwelling at the ends of the earth, and is connected with the chambers of rain, and its course is in winter and summer, and its clouds and the clouds of the mist are connected, and the one goes to the other. And when the spirit of the rain goes forth from its chamber, the angels come and open the chamber and lead it out. And when it diffused over the whole earth, it unites with the water on the earth. And whensoever it unites with the water on the earth, for the waters are for those who dwell on the earth, for they are nourishment for the earth from the Most High who is in heaven. Therefore there is a measure for the rain, and the angels take it in charge. And these things I saw towards the garden of the righteous. The angel of peace, who is with me, said to me, these two monsters prepared comfortably to the greatness of God shall feed. And I saw in those days how long cords are given to the angels, and they took to themselves wings and flew, and they went towards the north. And they asked the angel, saying unto him, why have those angels taken these cords and gone off? And he said unto me, they have gone to measure. The angel who went with me said unto me, these shall bring the measures of the righteous, and the ropes of the righteous to the righteous, that they may stay themselves on the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. The elect shall begin to dwell with the elect, and those are the measures which shall be given to faith, and which shall strengthen righteousness. And these measures shall reveal all the secrets of the depths of the earth, those who have been destroyed by the desert, and those who have been devoured by the beasts, and those who have been devoured by the fish of the sea, that they may return and stay themselves on the day of the Lord, for none shall be destroyed for the Lord of spirits, and none can be destroyed. And all who dwell upon above in the heaven received a command and power, and one voice and one light like unto fire, and that one with their first words they blessed, and extolled and lauded with wisdom. And they were wise in utterance in the spirit of life. The Lord of spirits placed the elect one on the throne of glory, and he shall judge all the works of the holy above in the heaven, and in the balance shall their deeds be weighed. And when he shall lift up his countenance to judge their secret ways, according to the word of the name of the Lord of spirits, and their path, according to the way of the righteous judgment of the Lord of spirits, then shall they all with one voice speak and bless, and glorify, and extol, and sanctify the name of the Lord of spirits. And he will summon all the host of the heavens, and all the holy ones above, and the host of God, the cherubic, seraphim, Ophanim, and all the angels of power, and all the angels of principalities, and the elect one, and the other powers of the earth, and the water, and over and on that day shall raise one voice, and bless and glorify and exalt in the spirit of faith, and in the spirit of wisdom, and in the spirit of patience, and in the spirit of mercy, and in the spirit of judgment, and of peace, and in the spirit of goodness, and shall all say with one voice, blessed is he, and may the name of the Lord of spirits be blessed forever and ever. And all who sleep not above in heaven shall bless him, and all the holy ones who are in heaven shall bless him, and all the elect who dwell in the garden of life, and every spirit of light who is able to bless and glorify and extol and hallow, they blessed thy blessed name. And all flesh shall beyond measure glorify and bless thy name forever and ever. For great is the mercy of the Lord of spirits, and he is long-suffering. In all his works and all that he has created, he has revealed to the righteous and elect in the name of the Lord of spirits. And thus the Lord commanded the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who dwell on the earth, and said, Open your eyes and lift up your horns, if ye are able to recognize the elect one. And the Lord of spirits seated him on the throne of his glory, and the spirit of righteousness was poured out upon him. And the word of his mouth slays all the sinners, and the unrighteous are destroyed from before his face. And there shall stand up in that day all the kings and the mighty and the exalted, and those who hold the earth. And they shall see and recognize how he sits on the throne of his glory, and righteousness is judged before him, and no lying word is spoken before him. Then shall pain come upon them as on a woman in travail, and she has pain in bringing forth, when her child enters the mouth of the womb, and she has pain in bringing forth. And one portion of them shall look on the other, and they shall be terrified, and they shall be downcast of countenance, and pain shall seize them, when they see that Son of Man sitting on the throne of his glory. And the kings and the mighty and all who possess the earth shall bless and glorify and extol him who rules over all, who was hidden. And from the beginning the Son of Man was hidden, and the Most High preserved him in the presence of his might, and revealed him to the elect. And the congregation of the elect and the holy shall be sown, and all the elect shall stand before him on that day. And all the kings and the mighty and the exalted, those who rule the earth, shall fall down before him on their faces, and worship and set their hope upon the Son of Man, and petition him and supplicate for mercy at his hands. Nevertheless, that Lord of spirits will so press them that they shall hastily go forth from his presence, and their faces shall be filled with shame, and the darkness grow deeper on their faces. And he will deliver them to the angels for punishment, to execute vengeance on them, because they have oppressed his children and his elect. And they shall be a spectacle for the righteous and for his elect. They shall rejoice over them, because the wrath of the Lord of spirits rests upon them, and his sword is drunk with their blood. And the righteous and elect shall be saved on that day, and they shall never thenceforth see the face of the sinners and unrighteous. And the Lord of spirits will abide over them. And with that Son of Man shall they eat, and lie down, and rise up forever and ever. And the righteous and elect shall have risen from the earth, and ceased to be a downcast countenance. And they shall have been clothed with garments of glory, and these shall be garments of life from the Lord of spirits. And your garments shall not grow, nor your glory pass away from the Lord of spirits. In those days shall the mighty and the kings who possess the earth implore him to grant them a little respite from his angels' punishment, to whom they were delivered, that they might fall down and worship before the Lord of spirits, and confess their sins before him. And they shall bless and glorify the Lord of spirits, and say, Blessed is the Lord of spirits, and the Lord of kings, and the Lord of the mighty, the Lord of the rich, and the Lord of glory, and the Lord of wisdom. And splendid in every secret thing is thy power from generation to generation, and thy glory forever and ever. Deep are all thy secrets, and innumerable are, and thy righteousness is beyond reckoning. We have now learnt that we should glorify and bless the Lord of kings, in him who is king over all kings. And they shall say, Would that we had to glorify and give thanks and confess our faith before his glory. Now we long for a little rest, but find it not. We fall hard upon and obtain it not. And light has vanished from before us, and darkness is our dwelling place forever and ever. We have not believed before him, nor glorified the name of the Lord of spirits, nor glorified our Lord. But our hope was in the scepter of our kingdom, and in our glory, and in the day of our suffering and tribulation, he saves us not, and you find no respite for confession. Our Lord is true in all his glory, and in his judgments, in his justice. And his judgments have no respect of persons. We pass away from before his face on account of our works, and all our sins are reckoned up in our righteousness. Now they shall say unto themselves, our souls are full of unrighteousness, gain, and it does not prevent us from descending from the midst thereof into the burden of Sheol. And after that their faces shall be filled with darkness, and shame before the Son of Man. And they shall be driven from his presence, and the sword shall abide before his face in their midst. Thus spake the Lord of spirits. This is the ordinance and judgment with respect to the mighty and the kings, and the exalted, and those who possess the earth before the Lord of spirits. Now their forms I saw hidden in that place. I heard the voice of the angels saying, These are the angels who descended to the earth and revealed what was hidden to the children of men, and seduced the children of men into committing sin. And in those days Noah saw the earth, that it had sunk down, and its destruction was nigh. And he rose from thence, and went to the ends of the earth, and cried aloud to his grandfather Enoch. Noah said 3 times with an embittered voice, Hear me, hear me, hear me. And I said unto him, Tell me what it is that is falling on the earth, the earth is in such evil plight and shaken, lest perchance I shall perish with it. And thereupon there was a great commotion, and on the earth, and a voice was heard from heaven. I fell on my face, and Enoch my grandfather came, and stood by me, and said unto me, Why hast thou cried unto me with a bitter cry, and weeping? And a command has gone forth from the presence of the Lord, concerning those who dwell on the earth, that their ruin is accomplished, because they have learnt all their secrets of the angels, and all the violence of the Satans, and all their powers, the most secret ones, and all the power of those who practice sorcery, and the power of witchcraft, and the power of those who make molten images. For the whole earth, and how silver is produced from the dust of the earth, and how soft metal originates in the earth. For lead and tin are not produced from the earth like the first. It is a fountain that produces them. And an angel stands therein, and that angel is preeminent. And after that my grandfather Enoch took hold of me by the hand, and raised me up, and said unto me, Go, for I have asked the Lord of spirits as touching this commotion on the earth, and he put unto me, because of their unrighteousness, their judgment has been determined upon, and shall not be withheld by me forever. Because of the sorcery which they have searched out and learnt, the earth and those who dwell upon it shall be destroyed. In these they have no place of repentance forever, because they have shown them what was hidden, and they are damned. For thee, my son, the Lord of spirits, knows that thou art pure and guiltless of this reproach concerning the secrets. And he endeth, Destined thy name to be among the holy, and will preserve thee amongst those who dwell on the earth, and has destined thy righteous seed both for kingship and for great honors. And from thy seed shall proceed a fountain of the righteous, and holy without number forever. And after that he showed me the angels of punishment, who are prepared to come and let loose all the powers of the waters which are beneath in the earth, in order to bring judgment and destruction on all who abide and dwell on the earth. And thus Lord of spirits gave commandment to the angels who were going forth, that they should not cause the waters to rise, but should hold them in check. For those angels were over the powers of the water. And I went away from the presence of Enoch. And in those days the word of God came unto me, and he said to me, Noah, thy lot has come up before me, a lot without blame, a lot of love and uprightness. And now the angels are making a wooden building, and when they have completed that task, I will place my hand upon it and preserve it. And there shall come forth from it the seed of life, and a change shall set in, so that the earth will not remain without inhabitant. And I will make fast thy seed before me forever and ever, and I will spread abroad those who dwell with thee. And it shall not be unfruitful on the face of the earth, but it shall be blessed and multiply on the earth in the name of the Lord. And he will imprison those angels who have shown unrighteousness in that burning valley which my grandfather Enoch had formerly shown to me in the west among the mountains of gold and silver and iron and soft metal and tin. And I saw the valley in which there was a great convulsion, and a convulsion of the waters. And when all this took place, from the fiery molten metal, and from the convulsion thereof in that place, there was produced a smell of sulphur, and it was connected with those waters. And the valley of the angels who had led astray mankind burned beneath the land. And through its valley proceed streams of fire, where these angels are punished who are led astray, those who dwell upon the earth. But those waters shall in those days serve for the kings and the mighty and the exalted, and those who dwell on the earth, for the healing of the body. But for the punishment of the spirit, now their spirit is full of lust, that they may be punished in their body, for they have denied the Lord of spirits, and see their punishment daily, and yet believe not in his name. And in proportion as the burning of their bodies becomes severe, a corresponding change shall take place in their spirit forever and ever. For before the Lord of spirits none shall utter an idle word, for the judgment shall come upon them, because they believe in the lust of their body and deny the Spirit of the Lord. And those same waters will undergo a change in those days. For when those angels are punished in these water springs will change their temperature. And when the angels ascend, this water of the spring shall change and become cold. And I heard Michael answering and saying, This judgment wherewith the angels are judged is a testimony for the kings and the mighty who possess the earth, because these waters of judgment minister to the healing of the body of the kings, and the lust of their body thereafter will not see, and will not believe that those waters will change and become a fire which burns forever. And after that, my grandfather Enoch gave me the teaching of all the secrets in the book in the parables, which had been given to him. And he put them together for me in the words of the book 2 of the parables. And on that day Michael answered Raphael and said, The power of the Spirit transports and makes me to tremble because of the severity of the judgment of the secrets, the judgment of the angels, who can endure the severe judgment which has been executed, and before which they melt away. And Michael answered again, said to Raphael, Who is he whose heart is not softened concerning it, and whose reins are not troubled by this word of judgment that has gone forth upon them because of those who have thus led them out? And it came to pass, when he stood before the Lord of spirits, Michael said thus to Raphael, I will not take their part under the eye of the Lord, for the Lord of spirits has been angry with them, because they do as if they were the Lord. Therefore all that is hidden shall come upon them forever and ever, for neither angel nor man shall have his portion in it, but alone they have received their judgment forever and ever. And after this judgment they shall terrify and make them too terrible, because they have shown this to those who dwell on the earth. Behold the names of those angels, and their names are these. The name of them is Shemiaza, the second Artaquifa, the third Armin, the fourth Kokobel, the fifth Turel, the sixth Romjal, the seventh Danjal, the eighth Nequal, the ninth Baraquel, the 10th Azazel, the 11th Eremos, the 12th Batajal, the 13th Busanjal, the 14th Hananel, the 15th Terrell, and the 16th Sipinsel, the 17th Jetrel, the 18th Tumal, the 19th Terrell, the 20th Rumael, the 21st Azazel, and those are the chiefs of their angels and their names. And their chiefs, ones over hundreds and over 50s and over 10s. The names of the first Jequan, that is the one who led astray all the sons of God, and brought them down to earth, and led them astray through the daughters of men. And the second was named Aspiel. He imparted to the holy sons of God evil counsel, and led them astray, so that they defiled their bodies with the daughters of men. And the third was named Gadriel. He it is who showed the children of men all the blows of death. And he led astray Eve, and showed the weapons of death to the sons of men, and the shield and the coat of mail, and the sword for battle, and all the weapons of death to the children of men. And from his hand they have proceeded against those who dwell on the earth from that day forevermore. And the fourth was named Penemu, And he taught the children of men the bitter and the sweet, and he taught them all the secrets of their wisdom. And he instructed mankind in writing with ink and paper. Thereby many sinned from eternity to eternity until this day. For men were not created for such a purpose, to give confirmation to their good faith with pen and ink. For men were created exactly like the angels, to the intent that they should continue pure and righteous. And death, which destroys everything, could not have taken hold of them. But through this their knowledge they are perishing, and through this power it is consuming me. And the fifth was named Castija, and this is he who showed the children of man all the wicked smitings of spirits and demons, and the smitings of the embryo in the womb, that it may pass away, and the smitings of the soul, the bites of the serpent, the smitings which befall through noontide heat, the son of the serpent named Tababet. And this is the task of Caspiel, the chief of the oath which he showed to the holy ones when he dealt high above in glory. And its name is Biqua. This angel requested Michael to show him the hidden name, that he might enunciate it in the oath, so that those might quake before that name and oath, who revealed all that was in secret to the children of men. And this is the power of this oath, for it is powerful and strong. And he placed this oath, Aki, in the hand of Michael. And these are the secrets of this oath, and they are strong through his oath. And the heaven was suspended before the world was created forever. And through it the earth was founded upon the water. And from the water recesses of the mountains come beautiful waters, from the creation of the world and unto eternity. And through that oath the sea was created, and as its foundations he set for it the sand against the time of its anger. It dare not pass beyond it from the creation of the world into eternity. And through that oath are the depths made fast, and abide and stir not from their place from eternity to eternity. And through that oath the sun and moon complete their course, and deviate not from their ordinance from eternity to eternity. And through that oath the stars complete their course, and he calls them by their names, and they answer him from eternity to eternity. And in like manner the spirits of the water, and of the winds, and of all the fears, and their paths, and from all the quarters of the wind, and there are preserved the voice of thunder, and light of the lightnings. And there are preserved the chambers of the hail, and the chambers of the hoarfrost, and the chambers of the mist, and the chambers of the rain, and the dew. And all these believe and give thanks before the Lord of spirits, and glorify him with all their power. And their food is in every act of thanksgiving. They thank and glorify and extol the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. And this oath is mighty over them, and through it they are preserved, and their paths are preserved, and their course is not destroyed. And there is great joy amongst them. And they blessed and glorified and extolled, because the name of that Son of Man had been revealed unto them. He sat on the throne of his glory, and the sum of judgment was given unto the Son of Man. And he caused the sinners to pass away, and he destroyed from off the face of the earth, and those who have led the world astray. With chains shall they be bound, and in their assemblage places of destruction shall they be imprisoned, and all their works vanish from the face of the earth. And from thenceforth there shall be nothing corruptible, for that Son of Man has appeared, and has seated himself on the throne of his glory, and all evil shall pass away before his face. And the word of that Son of Man shall go forth, and be strong before the Lord of spirits. And it came to pass, after this, that his name during his lifetime was raised aloft to that Son of Man, and to the Lord of spirits from amongst those who dwell on the earth. And he was raised aloft on the chariots of the Spirit, and his name vanished among them. And from that day I was no longer numbered among them. And he set me between the two winds, between the north and the west, where the angels took the cords to measure for me the place for the elect and righteous. And there I saw the first fathers, and the righteous, who from the beginning dwell in that place. And it came to pass after this that my spirit was translated, and ascended into the heavens, and I saw the holy sons of God. They were stepping on flames of fire. Their garments were white, and their raiment and their faces shone like snow. And I saw two streams of fire, and the light of that fire shone like hyacinth. And I fell on my face before the Lord of spirits, And the angel Michael, one of the archangels, seized me by the right hand and lifted me up and led me into all the secrets. And he showed me all the secrets of righteousness. He showed me all the secrets of the ends of the heaven, and all the chambers of all the stars, and all the luminaries whence they proceeded before the face of the holy ones. And he translated my spirit into the heaven of heavens. And I saw there, as it were, a structure built of crystals, between those crystals tongues of living fire. And my spirit saw the girdle which girt that house of fire, and on its four sides were streams full of living fire, and they girt that house. And round about were seraphim, cherubim, ophanim, and these are they who sleep not and guard the throne of his glory. I saw angels who could not be counted, 1,000 thousands, and 10,000 times 10,000, encircling that house. And Michael and Raphael and Gabriel and Phanuel, and the holy angels who are above the angel heavens, go in and out of that house. And they came from out that house, and Michael and Gabriel, Raphael and Phanuel, and many holy angels without number. And with them the head of days, his head white and pure as wool, his raiment indescribable. And I fell on my face, and my whole body became relaxed, and my spirit was transfigured. And I cried with a loud voice, with the spirit of power, and blessed and glorified next-fold. And these blessings which went forth out of my mouth were well-pleasing before the head of days. And that head of days came with Michael and Gabriel and Raphael and Phanuel, thousands and 10,000s of angels without number, wherein the Son of Man was described as accompanying the head of days. And Enoch asked one of the angels concerning the Son of Man as to who he was. And he, the angel, came to me and greeted me with his voice, and said unto me, This is the Son of Man who is born into righteousness, and righteousness abides over him, and the righteousness of the head of days forsakes him not. And he said unto me, He proclaims unto thee peace in the name of the world to come. For from hence has proceeded peace since the creation of the world, and so shall it be unto thee forever and forever and ever. And all shall walk in his ways, since righteousness shall never forsake him. With him will be their dwelling places, and with him their heritage, and they shall not be separated from him forever and ever. And so there shall be length of days with that Son of Man, and the righteous shall have peace and an upright way in the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. The book of the heavenly courses of the luminaries of the heaven, the relations of each, according to their classes, their dominion, and their seasons, according to their names and place of origin, according to their mouths, which Uriel, the holy angel, who is with me, who is their guide, showed me, and he showed me all their laws, exactly as they are, and how it is with regard to all the years of the world, and unto eternity, till the new creation is accomplished, which dureth till eternity. This is the first law of the luminaries. The luminary of the sun has its rising in the eastern portals of the heaven, its setting in the western portals of the heaven. I saw 6 portals in which the sun rises, and 6 portals in which the sun sets, and the sun rises and sets in these portals. And the leaders of the stars, and those whom they lead, 6 in the east, and 6 in the west, and all following each other, in accurately corresponding order, also many windows to the right and left of these portals. And first there goes forth the great luminary, named the sun, and his circumference is like the circumference of the heaven, and he is quite filled with illuminating and heating fire. The chariot on which he ascends, the wind drives, and the sun goes down from the heaven and returns through the north in order to reach the east, and is so guided that he comes to the appropriate portal and shines in the face of heaven. In this way he rises in the first month in the great portal, which is the fourth, those 6 portals in the cast, in that 4th portal from which the sun rises in the first month are 12 window openings from which proceed a flame when they are opened in their season. When the sun rises in their heaven, he comes forth through the portal 30 mornings in succession, and sets accurately in the 4th portal in the west of the heaven. During this period the day becomes daily longer, and the night nightly shorter, to the 13th morning. On that day the day is longer than the night by a 9th part, and the day counts exactly to 10 parts, and the night to 8 parts. And the sun rises from that fourth portal, and sets in the fourth, and returns to the fifth portal of the east 30 mornings, and rises from it, and sets in the fifth portal. And when the day comes longer by 2 parts, and amounts to 11 parts, and the night becomes shorter, and amounts to 7 parts, and returns to the east, and enters into the sixth portal, and rises and sets in the sixth portal 1 and 30 mornings on account of its sign. On that day, the day becomes longer than the night, and the day becomes double the night, and the day becomes 12 parts, and the night is shortened and becomes 6 parts. And the sun mounts up to make the day shorter and the night longer. The sun returns to the east and enters into the sixth portal, and rises from it, and sets 30 mornings. And when 30 mornings are accomplished, the day decreases by exactly 1 part, becomes 11 parts, and the night 7. And the sun goes forth in that sixth portal in the west. And the sun goes to the east and rises in the fifth portal for 30 mornings, and sets in the west again in the fifth western portal. On that day, the day decreases by 2 parts, and amounts to 10 parts, and the night to 8 parts. And the sun goes forth from that fifth portal, and sets in the fifth portal of the west, and rises in the fourth portal for 1 and 30 mornings on account of its sign, and sets in the west. On that day it is equalized with the night, it becomes of equal length. And the night amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts. The sun rises from that portal, and sets in the west, and returns to the east, and rises 30 mornings in the third portal, and sets in the west in the third portal. And on that day the night becomes longer than the day, and the night becomes longer than night, and the day shorter than day, till the 30th morning. And the night amounts exactly to 10 parts, and the day to 8 parts. And the sun rises from the third portal, and sets in the third portal in the west, and returns to the east, and for 30 mornings rises in the second portal in the east, and in like manner sets in the second portal in the west of the 7. And on that day the night amounts to 11 parts, and the day to 7 parts. And the sun rises on that day from that second part, and sets in the west in the second portal, and returns to the east into the first portal for 1 and 30 mornings, sets in the first portal in the west of the heaven. That day the night becomes longer, and amounts to the double of the day. The night amounts exactly to 12 parts, and the day to 6. And the sun has wherewith transfers the divisions of his orbit, and turns again on those divisions of his orbit, and enters that portal 30 mornings, and sets also in the west opposite to it. And on that night was the night decreased in length by a 9th part, and the night has become 11 parts, and the day 7 parts. And the sun has returned and entered into the second part in the east, and returns on those his divisions of his orbit for 30 mornings, rising and setting. And on that day the night decreases in length, and the night amounts to 10 parts, and the day to 8. And on that day the sun rises from that portal, and sets in the west, and returns to the east, and rises in the third portal for 1 and 30 mornings, sets in the west of the heaven. On that day the night decreases and amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts, and the night is equal to the day, and the year is exactly as its days 364. And the length of the day of the night, and the shortness of the day and the night arises through the course of the sun. These distinctions are made, which is separated. So it comes that its course becomes 35 daily longer, and its course nightly shorter. And this is the law and the course of the sun. His return as often as he returns 60 times and rises. The great luminaries which is named the sun forever and ever, and that which thus rises the great luminary is so named according to its appearance, according as Lord commandeth. As he rises, so he sets, and decreases not, and rests not, but runs day and night. His light is 7-fold brighter than that of the moon, but as regards size, they are both equal.